Xin chào. So in today's video, as promised in my previous one, I will talk specifically about the cost of living situation here in Vietnam, especially the situation here in Nha Trang, the city where I'm currently living in. And I will give you some prices of grocery items. We talk about transportation, accommodation, and some other things, so that you will get an overview and an idea why I am actually here, because as also mentioned in my previous video, one of the two main reasons I'm in Vietnam is the affordability of this country. Affordability is one of the main factors why I'm in this country. Yes, this is one of the reasons, because I am a minimalist. And part of being a minimalist is that you are very cost conscious. It does not mean that you are necessarily a cheap person, no. But it is a part of being a minimalist. And a lot of people are also budget travelers, so they have to watch their budget. And only by being focusing on your budget in the first place, you are able to travel all these countries. So there is no contradiction in here. So without further ado, before I start now with giving you some ideas about prices and costs, I also want to mention that, of course, in case people are criticizing me because I'm here in Vietnam only because it's cheap and affordable. Yeah, it is affordable and cheap, and we all have to watch our budget and our money, right? So this is a good thing that Vietnam is still affordable. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, there are other Southeast Asian destinations which are literally ripping off the tourists. I mean, they can do it if they want, and I also understand them in some way, because they have to make money, you know, and this is mostly their only income source anyway. But if you as a tourist want to, if you accept that or ignore it, and you just accept the fact that you are being played, then it's at the end up to you, right? So, but here in Vietnam, it is definitely the affordability, but also the big package, the bird's eye view, you know, the infrastructure, the logistics, the people. I've mentioned all this in my previous video. Okay, let's start with some numbers. I will give you some numbers. I have a list here, a small list I prepared to keep track. And I will just give you the dollar amounts. I will not bother you with the Vietnamese dong amounts. So, for example, water is very cheap in Vietnam. Normally, because I drink a lot of water, I buy 6-liter containers of water, which you can buy at any grocery store. And one 6-liter container of drinking water costs $1.02 if I take the current exchange rate. You know, the dollar now is very strong at the moment, and this is an additional benefit if you are earning US dollars, or you are bringing US dollars into the country. So if I divide the 6-liter by if this water container of 6-liter costs me $1.02, and I divide it by 6, then it comes up 1 liter of water is 17 cents. Bananas, about 1 kg, it's about $1.28. So now, while I'm giving you the numbers, you can already compare in your own mind what you are paying in Europe or in America or in other Southeast Asian countries. And please, by the way, let me know in the comment sections what you think about these prices, and also what do you pay in your country, in your destination. Are you staying in Thailand? Are you staying in Cambodia? Are you staying in Laos or even in Singapore? But no need to tell me about Singapore, because I know about the prices there. They're quite high. Watermelon. These small watermelons here, about 3 kg is my estimation, is their weight. Costs me about $2.13. Yeah, also, and they are very sweet. They are very tasty. You know, in many destinations you buy a watermelon and they are tasteless. You know, they look nice from outside, and even when you slice them open, they look nice and colorful and red, but the taste is useless, basically, you know. But here I buy watermelons very often, and they're always tasty and juicy and sweet. So having said that, these items I buy normally on the local market, on the streets, yeah, the local grocery stores, the private ones, privately owned ones, you know, mostly run by families or by elderly people. And this is where I buy my water and stuff like that, and fruits and vegetables I buy only at local markets. Yeah. When I take my lunch, for example, also I go here in my Vietnamese neighborhood, I visit the local food stalls, these little restaurants, you know, very simple, where you can sit on a plastic chair and then the food is being displayed in a glass box basically and displayed there, and then you can eat, and it's like between $2.50 and $3 for a good meal, for a big portion of rice and some meat and vegetables, chicken, fish, whatever you want, eggs. So you can choose among between probably 50 to 20 different ingredients. The same with breakfast, you know, sometimes I go for breakfast here and I also consume it here at the streets. You know, there are tons of street food stalls in the morning. They are packed full with local people who eat their breakfast. A normal noodle soup, pho ga or pho bo, or there are so many other different really tasty looking and actually are tasty meals. So you can buy that for $1. Yeah, basically it's very, very cheap and affordable and tasty. And then sometimes I buy in the afternoon some fried bananas. You know, this is also a local specialty here, which the elderly women mostly sell to earn just some extra bucks. Fried bananas and some other stuff. Also, you can get it for basically $1. Yeah. What else? So, transportation. Here in Vietnam, I don't own a motorbike. And I also don't rent a motorbike because I simply cannot ride a motorbike. Yeah, believe it or not, you know, I'm in Vietnam and I don't ride a motorbike. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, I will learn that. I will take lessons, and I just need to find somebody who can teach me that. Probably any local guy or girl can teach me that on the fly, right? I do have a driver's license, of course. I know how to drive cars. But I never drove a motorbike, believe it or not. So therefore, I walk around a lot. You know, I like to walk a lot, and I explore the neighborhood also by walking, because I found that while walking, your sense of orientation is different than driving. When you drive, basically you know already where you're going, right? You have your goal, your destination in mind, and you just hop on your bike or jump into the car and then you go. But by walking, I find I improve my orientation. Also, I get to know my neighborhood much better, you know, because I can look left and right and explore and go into this alley and, you know, these kind of things. But sometimes I use a Grab taxi. For those of you who don't know what the Grab is the same like Uber. What Uber is in America or in the Middle East is Grab in Southeast Asia. There is no more Uber in Southeast Asia, only Grab. Same like Uber, yeah, driving service. So you can rent a car, you don't rent, you call the car or the motorbike, and they do food deliveries also. Here in Nha Trang, they have an airport, but it's approximately an hour drive away. Yeah, so this is nothing unusual. In other major destinations in Southeast Asia, like Kuala Lumpur, for example, you also have to drive at least an hour. So you can either take a taxi, which costs you about $25, or you can take an airport bus, which is a great service here in Nha Trang. This airport bus costs you only $2.50 for 1 hour of driving, and this bus is air conditioned. And you can store your luggage underneath the bus. You know, they have a storage area there. So it's very comfortable, very convenient. The bus is never really full or packed with people. So this is a very cost-effective alternative. So once you reach the airport, of course, one of the major transportation vehicles in Vietnam is the airplane. And there are different airlines, Vietnam Airlines and some others. But one of the, if not the most popular airline in Vietnam, I believe, is Vietjet Air, which is a local low-cost carrier, mostly flying in Vietnam. And yeah, the other day I went to Da Nang, as mentioned, and the whole trip cost me, so it was a return flight, it cost me $91 US. So that makes 45 bucks for one way, including all the taxes and everything. Yeah. So you cannot really complain about that price. I mean, this is an hour flight. It's 45 US. That's amazingly cheap, to use that word now, okay? That is really a great price. So Vietjet Air is similar to Lion Air. What is Lion Air in Indonesia? So this is really, really great. Of course, I bought the cheapest package. They have different categories, you know. I was traveling without luggage, so I could take the cheapest offer. The next one is accommodation. Just quickly, you can have Airbnb here, which I currently are doing. And also, of course, there are plenty of hotels. Airbnb, I will do a separate video if necessary about, probably I do a separate video on accommodation. I will talk a little bit more about Airbnb and hotels and how to find them, what to pay attention to. But for my current Airbnb room here, I pay $11 per night, which is a great price. I get air condition, I have a great view out of my window to the mountains, and I have a free Wi-Fi, I have a refrigerator here, I have a fan, I have a small kitchenette where I can do something, big bed. So this is really a great deal. Hotels you can also find for, like, I would say a decent hotel room you can get now for already $20 upward. The other day when I went to Hoi An, I managed to get a hotel room for $11 also. So just to give you an idea what we are talking about. Some other stuff I want to mention, money changer. Here in Vietnam you can change money. Obviously, US dollars are widely accepted. I have never tried to change any other currency. US dollars you change at the bank if you want, but also you can change your US dollars, or US dollars probably you can change them at gold dealers. You know, there are plenty of gold dealers. They are selling jewelry, gold, silver and stuff. And this is where you change your US dollars. I don't think they accept euros or British pounds or Canadian dollars, for example. That you have to change at a local bank branch here. And so this is, I found out about these gold dealers because I wanted to change the other day my $100 bill at a bank. So I went inside and I asked if I can change US dollar. The lady said yes. Then I handed over my $100 note, and then she inspected the note and then returned it back to me and said she could not change the dollar note because it was damaged. And said, what the hell are you talking about? Then I looked carefully. There was a little, very tiny damage somehow, and she did not accept the note. So I asked where now I can change the money, and she said you go to the gold dealer, gold shop. And then I went to the gold shop just next door, and also the lady inspected the dollar note, and she discounted a little bit, but she accepted the note, and eventually I got a good deal. And I find anyway, because the other day I went again to change another $100 note at my gold shop there, and they gave me a great rate. So $100, they gave me 2.4 million dong straight. Okay, so I find it a great deal. This is a better deal than what my currency exchange app on my phone is showing me. I'm using Oanda currency exchange app. I have downloaded it. And when I calculate my costs, then it shows me if I change $100, it gives me a rate of like 2.33 million. So this is a difference of about 70,000 dong. And it doesn't sound much, but 70,000 dong, remember, you can buy already a piece of watermelon and can get some breakfast for that money. Yeah. So just to bring this into context. I mentioned already that I buy my stuff, my food mostly on the street, but you also can go to the wet market, and I highly recommend this experience. There's a big wet market nearby where you can even get the food still cheaper than here on these local vendors. And this is an experience for those of you who never went to a wet market. Please go there, have a look around. It's really a great and a funny experience to see this whole hustle and bustle, everything what's going on there. Restaurant prices, yeah. You know, I'm a minimalist, and being a minimalist, I do not go to restaurants very often, because I find in general, not only in Vietnam, but in general, to visit restaurants, it's not necessary for me. Even I'm coming from the food and beverage background, yeah, I'm a chef. I know it sounds contradictory here what I'm saying, but for me personally, I don't see any sense, no meaning to go to a restaurant every day and waste money, because this is what it is. It's a waste of money, and the food is not even healthier than any other local food stall here. But so that's why I cannot offer you any great insights here or prices, but I know that prices are still reasonable. Of course, they are cheaper than when you go to a restaurant in Germany or Australia or the United States. Then you can get, actually the other day I went to a restaurant and I had some fried rice with some pork meat, grilled pork meat, and some salad, and I paid like, I don't know, $4.50 or $5. So very, very cheap actually. But sometimes I do go for breakfast, checking out 5-star hotels in the area, and I went to the Sheraton the other day, and tomorrow I'm gonna visit another 5-star resort hotel in the area, because, you know, as a chef I'm interested to see what other hotels are doing. I get inspired, I get some new ideas. So these hotels charge between 17, let's say, and $25 for their breakfast, which is also actually a very good price. You know, Sheraton Nha Trang, they offer a very excellent breakfast selection for $25, you know. And when you are in Dubai, for example, you can easily pay $35 or even $40. Okay. Then the last thing I want to cover is health insurance. Yeah, you can have health insurance if you want. I do have health insurance at the moment. I needed to buy this before I entered Vietnam, but to be honest, nobody checked this health insurance at the immigration. So now I'm thinking, if I just save these $50 which I paid. I used to have health insurance before, but I never used it because I'm fit and healthy, and I take care of my body and my mind, and I make sure I remain healthy and fit. So I'm exercising every day, I watch my diet, so I'm preventing any kind of other negative things. But in case I need to see the hospital here in Nha Trang, and I believe all over Vietnam they have great hospitals, they are clean, they are organized. There is one here, I forgot the name. It's called Vin, something with Vin. And I went there 3 years ago. I remember, a very nice hospital. The staff also, some of them speak English. They have a great website. They have contact information, everything. And clean, organized, up to par, up to standard. It's not state of the art, but you know, it's what you are used from going to the doctors or clinics in Germany or Europe, for example. And then you pay a consultation fee, and then eventually you can see the doctor. Prices are reasonable, so you will not lose a lot of money if you need some minor treatment, let's say, okay? This is all in the realm of common sense, you know? And if you have a health insurance, then of course you claim your money back. You pay first here the doctor, you treat for your treatment, and then you claim the money back from your health insurance, which you have in your country, if you have one. Okay, that's it for today. I hope I could give you some overview and some insights and some ideas about how living here in Vietnam is, cost-wise, I'm traveling alone, you know, I have no dependents with me, and I'm a single guy, so this is basically what you can calculate with if you are more on the saving sides and minimalist sides. You know, I mean, if I would go every day for lunch and dinner in a restaurant, my costs would shoot up dramatically. The same with accommodation. You know, I'm not staying in a 5-star hotel. Yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not paying $100 per night. This is crazy. I'm not doing this. I'm staying at a Airbnb for $11 per night. And there are even places which are cheaper, where you pay probably only $7 or $8 per night, you know, depending on your demands. Okay, that's it for today. Please leave me your comments and ideas. I'm looking forward to them. Thank you also for all your comments in the last video. That was very nice. I received great comments. It's fun to interact with you and also to learn something. Especially I learned something about apples now. Don't worry, I will not go into the apple detail now, but I still claim that the apples here, when I buy them locally and also on the wet market, are very cheap. So most people say apples are imported and expensive in Vietnam. Yes, when you go to the supermarkets, I've seen it myself. You pay for like 4 pieces of imported apples, you pay like over 100K. Yeah, 100,000 dong. Yeah, that's a ripoff. I mean, in my opinion. So, but anyway, long story short, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Have a good time. Bye bye.